Peace is the blanket that covers the world with happiness. Peace is what calms the children. Peace is what soothes the trees. Peace is what quietly seeks through the door. Peace is what the world wants. Hello everyone, I am Kashish Khan, the student of St. Joseph Senior Secondary School. Today, I am here to host the online assembly by Class 12 Commerce on the occasion of International Day of Peace, which is observed on 21st September every year. Prayer is a way to bring peace to one's soul and mind. So first of all, I invite Muhammad Hamad to offer his prayers.
Almighty God, our world is hurting and broken today. There is loss of peace and harmony among people and nations. We ask you, O Lord, to restore peace all around. Let all nations of the world come together to work for growth and promotion of humanity. May the nations be motivated to spend their efforts and resources for the welfare instead of destruction. We especially pray to you, O Lord, that keep this deadly coronavirus from continuing to spread. Protect the humanity under your wings and help them feel the comfort and peace. O God, hear our prayer.
Thank you, Hamad, for your peaceful prayer. Many poets have written poems on peace to express their ideas and emotions. So, Ayushi Bajaj and Amanpreet Kaur will recite one such poem.
World peace is a concept of ideal state of happiness, freedom and peace within and among all people on planet Earth. So, today I, Ayushi Bajaj,
I, Amanpreet Kaur,
of class 12 Commerce is going to convey the message of world peace by a poem.
let not the guns fire again, let not civilians die again, let us have peace, let us have silence.
Use not weapons but fight without words. End this war and let your voice be heard. Let peace be like a flowing river, flowing into the hearts of humanity, and let the sound of the flowing river be heard.
Read the poem of peace tonight and pray to end the bitter fight. Join hand in hand, spread love and peace across the land.
Different skin, different culture, different belief. Treat each other equally without war. No gunfire, no violence, just silence. Liberty, love, justice and peace make the strong sign of peace. Together, we shall share these for global peace.
Blow the trumpet from nation to nation. Hold on your hearts in your hand. Let peace free our lands and destroy the hate before it's too late.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ayushi and Amanpreet. Now I invite Krishika Khandelwal to deliver a short speech on this occasion and carry on the further to give information on Nobel Peace Prize.
Hello everyone. Today I, Krishika Khandelwal, is going to deliver a speech on the topic World Peace Day. World peace means cooperation between countries without any violence. The World Peace Day is celebrated on 21st September every year. It is also known as International Day of Peace. The World Peace Day was established in the year 1981. Then the United Nations General Assembly marked this day out of ceasefire and non-violence. Nobel Peace Prize is awarded every year to those persons who shall have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations. So now I would like to call upon Kavya Khandelwal to tell us about Mother Teresa, who has won Nobel Peace Prize from India's origin. And let us also listen to the narration of Rishi Vash on Dalai Lama and of Ashmin Gupta on Kailash Satyarthi.
Hello everyone. Today I, Kavya Khandelwal, stand before you to tell about the life of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was born on 26 August 1910. Mother Teresa was awarded with number of honors including the Roman Magsaysay Peace Prize and the Nobel Peace Prize at 1979, and also she got the Nobel Peace Prize for humanitarian work for the orphans and the destitute. In 1950, Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity, a Roman Catholic religious congregation that had over 4,500 nuns and was active in 133 countries. In 2012, she opened a shelter in southern neighborhood of Calcutta. In 1952, she left for the Holy Award on 5 September 1997. Thank you.
Tenzin Gyatso is the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibetan Buddhism. He was born on 6 July 1935 to a farming family in a small hamlet located in Tusketsa, Amdo, northern Tibet. Dalai Lama is the head monk of Tibetan Buddhism and traditionally has been responsible for governing Tibet until the Chinese government took control in 1959. Before 1959, his official residence was Potala Palace in Lhasa, the capital of Tibet. He was enthroned at the age of 15 in 1950 amidst the start of troubles with China, but continued to study until the age of 25. The Dalai Lama and the refugees who followed him created a society in which Tibetan language, culture, arts and religion are promoted. In 1989, he received the Nobel Peace Prize for maintaining a policy of non-violence with Chinese government. He has traveled the world and spoken about the welfare of Tibetans, environment, economics, women's rights, non-violence, interfaith dialogues, physics, astronomy, Buddhism and science. Because of the threat of China, the 14th Dalai Lama has made a number of statements that would make it difficult for a Chinese appointed 15th Dalai Lama to be seen as legitimate. According to him, the institution of Dalai Lama might not be needed anymore. However, he has also said it was up to the people if they wanted to preserve this aspect of Tibetan Buddhism and continue the Dalai Lama lineage.
Kailash Satyarthi is a human rights activist from India who has been at the forefront of the global movement to end child slavery and exploitation since 1980, when he gave up a lucrative career as an electrical engineer to initiate a crusade against child servitude. As a grassroots activist, Kailash and the grassroots movement founded by him, Bachpan Bachao Andolan, have liberated more than 83,000 children from exploitation and developed a successful model for their education, rehabilitation and reintegration into the mainstream society. As a worldwide campaigner, he has been the architect of the single largest civil society network for the most exploited children, the Global March Against Child Labour, which is a worldwide coalition of children's rights organizations, teachers' union and trade unions. His efforts led to the adoption of ILO Convention 182 on worst forms of child labor in 1999. He is also founding president of the Global Campaign for Education, an exemplar civil society movement working to end the global education crisis, and Good Weave International for raising consumer awareness and positive action in the carpet industry.
Thank you, Krishika, Kavya, Ashmit, Rishi for their valuable information. A dance is the next performance.
Was it